Welcome to the Exes, a podcast experiment presented by Arbuckle and Burgess, attorneys at law. We're doing it again? Wait, so we came back. We did Exes episode 5. No one could believe that the Exes were back. And somehow we survived to do an episode 6.
You almost didn't get this one, did I?
That's true. That's true. See, I had to go into podcast damage control. But here you are, and you look great. Tell me, what the hell are you? What happened to your face?
You don't know Quentin Tarantino?
You're Quentin Tarantino?
No, I mean, like, his movie, like Pulp Fiction.
I do know Pulp Fiction, yes. Who are you from Pulp Fiction?
Are you for real?
I know Pulp Fiction.
This is why we didn't work.
Are you from Pulp Fiction?
Yeah.
I'll go and get this out of the fucking way real quick. Torilla is here. Wow. He can't even see his buttons.
The toe can see everything.
And no one can hear you. Why are you what is this?
Well, this is the Torilla.
I don't think it came across to our audience, but whenever you panicked just now and went to those buttons, you realized you could not see what buttons you were pressing, and I noticed it. The toe was in panic mode.
The toe was definitely in panic mode.
We're going to take that mask off for the rest of the episode, right?
Okay. Now I am.
That'll be great. I got to say, Casey, man, you're wearing the most horrific mask I've ever seen worn on Halloween, and I've had nightmares about that. That mask that you're wearing today, that's kept me up at night for years. No comment?
Mm-mm. Good one.
Thank you. You look great. So excited to announce this is the first episode of the Exes, sponsored by Arbuckle and Burgess, attorneys at law. It's like the most perfect combination, right? I don't know about you. I get a lot of people come up to me and they're currently in a relationship and maybe they're going through what we went through years ago. Let me say this. If I had Arbuckle and Burgess, attorneys at law, I would have tipped you down. If I just got to them first. What do you think of that?
I think you took me down. I think you did take me down. I think you got me.
So with the partnership with Arbuckle and Burgess, obviously it's going to get a little bit heated at times during the Exes pod. So you and I both have access to at least one per episode. Both of us have one of our ad button. You just, when it's time to break and you just got to take a breath, maybe you need a cigarette or something, just open it up and hit that ad button. I'm not going to hit it now, but it is here if we ever need it.
I don't smoke cigarettes.
No, I didn't mean, maybe I meant me. How you doing? Episode number 6. That was a big long intro, wasn't it?
How did the last episode go? I didn't even like see anything from it or watch it.
I think it went well. I think I got a lot of people that were just like excited that it was back. That were, I think we tried to promote it as best we could. And I think a lot of people still didn't know that we were doing it again. So maybe when it came up, they were shocked, or maybe they thought it was an older episode. So I had to tell a lot of people like, no, that's brand new. Like we just shot that yesterday.
Oh, okay.
So there's a lot of people that didn't understand. So I think it's one of those things where it's been gone for a few months. And, now that it's back, it's just really just getting the word out, that it's back. So, but you didn't have a big response in your circle of the world?
I mean, I had people that I know that were happy, but I don't know social media wise. I don't know what people comment.
Like your circle of friends, they don't watch the podcast, do they? Like I can't imagine they do. Do they?
The guys?
Yeah, well,
no.
Are you friends with the girl? I don't think so. That'd be news to me.
I mean, I'm talking about I have coworkers and stuff.
Well, that's cool. No, I thought the response was great. I think just like when we did the first 4 episodes, if you remember, me and you had some heart-to-heart calls after the first episode went out. We were like, I don't know if people like this. I don't know if it's going to work. I don't know. And then by the 3rd episode, it was you couldn't go to the damn Circle K without the cashier saying, boy, you better do better than that. You can do better than that. I can't believe you let her do that to you. Cheers. Toe, put yourself on camera. Now look. Now you look good.
I'm very comfortable now.
I bet you're very hot, though.
I am burning up.
Yeah. Cheers to the Toe, the wonderful Exes producer. And cheers to the wonderful ex that is Casey. I see I'm the only one enjoying the hot fireball keg today, huh? All right, good.
Is it like, am I the worst ex you could possibly ever have in your life, you think?
Oh, for sure. No doubt. No. What do you mean? I think everyone in the inception of the Exes, I would always explain it, and maybe even put it on some promo stuff that like we all have that one X. Like we all have X's, but we got one X. Well, at least that's how I.
Is it really?
That's
Like,
how
it's just
yeah.
one.
Well, we all have X's and
Yeah.
this, that, and the other, but you really got one X that you are tied to for one reason or another. It could be like maybe your high school sweethearts and you dated all throughout high school, and everyone like you get married, and everyone still remembers you dated so and so for 5 or 6 years, and you know what I'm saying. Everyone has that one serious big X. I think. I mean, I know that you probably have by now 40 X's, right?
Why do you think I date a lot of people?
I didn't. I didn't. Who said 40 was a lot? Maybe that's in today's world.
But I don't. I don't even. I don't. For me, like the one that traumatized me is like it's not the one I would like.
Oh, it's not me.
Like for you, I feel like it's in my mind.
Listen,
one of the better ones. But I don't have a
Hang on.
one. I don't have a one that like I'm stuck
one of the
on.
better exes. Who's a better ex than me? I'm the best.
Yeah, but I feel like I could talk.
Your kids together. I mean,
Yeah.
there can't be another ex on my level. Wow.
No, there's not. It's not that it's on your level. I'm saying that I don't have the one. Does that make sense?
Nope. I'll tell you what. When you find the one, you can do a podcast with him.
No, I'm
until then, I am the
saying
one.
what are you talking about? The one though, like the one that you would go back with, or just the
No,
one?
God, no.
Oh,
Absolutely not. No, like the one ex. I have 15 exes. Ex here, ex there. I got one ex that did me dirtier than you, some would say. But
is it the one that?
it's just the one that you're tied to for one reason or another. It could be a much simpler tying than you and I, because we have a pretty complex tie-in together, obviously. It could be just an ex that maybe even an ex that you think about more than any of the other exes. Just random memories pop up in your head. I promise you.
Okay, I understand that.
Yeah.
I understand the memory thing.
You hadn't found the one ex yet, huh? Man, he's coming. He's gonna fuck your world up too. I can't wait. Probably gonna look like me, a big cowboy.
You can't let
rolling into
them.
town.
I've never chased.
Huh?
I've never like. You know how what I'm trying to say. I shouldn't have took that fireball. I'm like all foggy now.
Yep.
But when like you're messing up or you did something wrong and you mad at me, have I ever chased after you or called you a million times?
God, no, never. I mean,
I never do that, so I
I
don't.
would leave the house maybe on one or two occasions where I really got a big one, and I'm like, I'm just gonna drive until she apologizes to me, and like 3 hours later, I'm in my car, and I'm like, all right, I'm fucking going up. It ain't happening.
I've just never ever
Look, I
done
don't
that.
know. I'm not trying to start an argument. I don't know if that's necessarily a good thing that you don't chase. I think sometimes.
No, I think that is definitely a problem for me.
Sometimes
Being
time.
a female and not chasing, I feel like that's what y'all want. And I just and I get a lot of people that I get in these situationships or whatever, they like, you don't care.
Yeah.
Because every other female does that. I'm not gonna go hunt you down.
That's true.
I'm just not gonna do it. I'd rather sit in my bed and cry for 10 hours alone.
Well, that can't be healthy.
Than go get in my car and try to pull you out of a bar or off the golf course. It's just not gonna happen. It's just I'm not. And it's not that it's embarrassing. Like, I don't think girls that do that, I mean, you can embarrass yourself, but by doing that, but I don't think that stuff would embarrass me.
If you're dating someone for a month that you should go around chasing them, but if you're really with somebody and you have like true intentions on being with them, then I think you're totally chase worthy for the simple fact of like, if we're not correct, let's get correct as soon as we can. I think that was one thing that you and I always like try to do. and we weren't 100% successful, but I'm sure you remember, like, we would get into a big fight, and
I
it was
think I
all,
was very
well,
immature
it was
because
just
I was
always a
very
big deal
young.
that by the time we went to bed, that at least we talked clear. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Like,
Well, I mean, honestly, like, you would have to give me my way.
yeah. Oh, well,
I mean,
I did.
it was
Tried-
my way or the highway
Yeah.
when I was upset.
Yes, that's true.
But that's like, I mean,
Rough.
just was the oldest sister. I was the only girl, so that's
Yeah.
just how I was. But I'm not like that
Well, and
anymore.
also too, when we got together, you were 18. I was 19, I think, or maybe a little.
I was a month out of high
Maybe
school,
18 or 20. Yeah, I mean, oh really? Oh yeah, you asked me to your prom
and he didn't go.
because no one wants to go to prom if you're not in high school, but you want to be bad, really bad. That could have changed. Think about this. If I went to that prom, that could have altered our entire path because we didn't end up getting together until months and months and months later.
Nobody asked me to prom, and I was
You-
upset. And I just reached out to the local radio guy. Hey, will you take me to prom? My guy friend ended up taking
We
me.
didn't even know, but when you asked me, right, we were only talking online. Like, we'd never even met in person, had we, at that point? I don't think so.
No, I added you on
Yeah.
Facebook
No,
and started
MySpace.
messaging you.
Was
No,
it MySpace?
it was Facebook.
Oh. Yeah, you chased the shit out of me, just so we're
Yeah.
crystal clear.
Oh, if I see a guy that I
You chased
want,
me
then
hard.
I chase. But
Oh,
if
yeah.
you piss me off and do something and you want to go run and me chase after you, like
You know,
because you're
I
crying,
might
I'm not gonna
unblock
do
you on Facebook just so I can see those early messages that you sent me when you were chasing me all around town.
it. Yeah.
You had to get you some. Then you
I'm
got.
telling
Then you
you,
got you some.
I was so determined. At the time that you actually agreed to go on a date with me, I was Skyping someone else and
Yeah.
you popped up and you messaged me and I went, gotta go. And I started messaging you
Yeah.
and they messaged me and said, I thought you were going to bed. And I
Right.
was like,
Something happened. Something
how
came
do you
up.
know I'm still online? I don't know how to work this thing.
Can I ask you an honest question? Do you regret that?
Do I regret?
That
No,
that
no,
that
I
that
don't regret
all
anything with us because if I didn't have my 2 kids right now,
right.
like I see how lost people are. They are my anchor, they are my class, they are my purpose, they are my the reason that I work so hard. If I didn't have that, and if I didn't have that in my mid-20s, I wouldn't be right now as a 30-year-old. I'd be trying to figure out what I wanted to do or trying to figure out like what guy I'm going to depend on or all this stuff that I do. I'm like so thankful because myself does not push myself. Does that what does that mean? Like I'm trying to put it into words.
No,
I don't encourage myself a lot or I don't believe in myself a lot.
I think it's interesting. I get that question a lot if I regret anything, and I always say no, obviously because I have the 2 greatest children on the planet, and and also, I mean, you're a great mother and you're a great co-parent. I think, are we good? When I see the toe wandering, man, I'm like, what the hell's going on? The toe's on the move. To me, it's interesting because I have, for a lot of people that don't know this,
It's
'cause
my brother.
I do. Okay, take that. I can talk for a minute. So,
Hello.
well, don't take it on the microphone.
Uh,
Like, hang on. So, what are we gonna do about this? Calls in the middle of a podcast?
I don't know, Jay. Maybe me and you can talk.
Hey, what brother is it? No, what brother is it? Hey, Dustin, we're busy. I do love Dustin. I love both of her brothers.
All right, listen.
Can I say my favorite thing about being with Casey Meacham outside of having kids and we were together for a long time, her brothers and I, like when we broke up, I remember I was obviously upset that I wasn't with Casey anymore, but I was so upset that I wasn't friends with her brothers anymore. Like we had a good. You ever had that, Toe?
Oh, I have. Yeah, that's a tough one. Losing 2 things there
it's
that
like
you love.
You lose these things you don't even realize that you lose. Like in the moment you're upset about a relationship ending, and then you're like, man, I got so close with her family, through the years. And a big shout out to Dustin and Cameron, like the coolest dudes. I wish that they wouldn't call. I wish they wouldn't call in the middle of a podcast, but I do love them both so much. And I was just saying, hello, Casey, how are you? Welcome to the podcast. Who are you again? What's this costume?
Pulp
Rosie
Fiction.
O'Donnell? No, I just thought because the hair and the button down. Is that not
Are
it?
you for real?
It's
I didn't
Rosie,
know.
right? It's Rosie.
Even the toe agrees. It's like I didn't know. What is it? What's the costume? You never told me. I asked.
Take your fucking hat off. Let's talk about you.
Wait a second.
That's right.
I just got a haircut
Yeah,
in New York
take your
City.
fucking hat
I got
off.
a good. Wait, you took that way too personal.
Looking like fucking Dr. Phil over
Ooh,
there. Take
toes
Yeah,
fired.
don't fucking play with me. Rosie O'Donnell, are you kidding me?
I did not mean anything by that in terms of physical. And by the way, there was a time where Rosie was a heartthrob. There was a moment in time.
We'll
people
find
were
that
attracted to her.
time and get back to me. I don't know when that was.
I
But it's fine.
I
It's okay.
saw. I feel you took that way too personal. Number one,
That's
do you need another fireball?
I
It's-
no, I
You
didn't.
wear it in my head. It's an office shirt, button down. I thought it was Rosie.
I cannot believe you just said I was Rosie O'Donnell.
No, this like Rosie O'Donnell after a fist fight. Because of the nose. And I
Okay.
didn't mean it physically. You took that the wrong way. I mean, it was
Okay.
fine. Toe told me to say it. And I will never, ever allow him to work on this podcast.
Do I
again.
really look like Rosie O'Donnell?
We're doing an casting call for anyone that wants to produce this podcast because the Toe just got me into a lot of trouble. Toe, you want to admit to your faults here?
I did tell the joke because I'm a comedian, so
Oh,
there's that.
okay. I'm sorry. You don't.
What were we
obviously.
talking about?
We're talking about your brothers. I said that when we broke up, I remember how hard it was at the time because I lost you, right? And that sucked. And I had to figure things out with my life and kids and stuff like that. But then it hit me, maybe on like the first Thanksgiving after we broke up, that, oh my God, I'm not going to see Dustin or Cameron anymore. And like that really did make me upset.
Yeah.
That's all we were, and before that, we were talking about we wouldn't change anything because we have two kids together. Question. What if alternate universe, no matter who you have kids with, they end up being River and Rose? They end up being our children. Exactly the same. At that point, would you do things differently?
No, because you taught me a lot. You gave me, you let me be, especially when we first got together, my true self.
Yeah.
That's something that I think about all the time.
So what did I do differently than anyone else that allowed that true self to pop out?
You were your true self.
Oh, well, that's true.
Yeah. But we weren't emotional people, you know, and that's what worked in the beginning.
Yeah.
Weren't really.
And then I became emotional, and you stayed stone cold. Right?
No, it was actually the opposite. I think after I had kids, I was way, way more emotional. I looked at the world differently. And I didn't understand, like, even how to communicate that, you know,
Yeah.
because it was just how I felt about my kids. And then you see other people differently. You
Well,
just do.
What was the hardest thing for you about having kids at such a young age?
Nothing.
I have answers to that. You don't have an answer for that?
Well, I'm sure it was hard for you because you had all the pressure, you know.
Well, no, you had pressure too. We got. I think we were super like I was just talking to a buddy of mine who just had his first. He's my age. We're both 25. That was a joke, by the way. He just had his first one, and I was just talking about how it's not a regret for sure, but I remember when we first had our first child, of course, it was like, I wish I could go back in time and just give her a little bit more, right, when she was first born. And our second child had the mama-roo and had, the closets full of diapers and all that. And
But they don't even know.
Yeah, oh, of course not, but I know. I always think about that. I think that, to me, at least, that was the hardest part.
I think River had way too much.
Oh,
She had everything. I mean, everything, and then so did Rose. And I don't regret, like, I don't, no,
Yeah,
or you said not regret, but
regret's the wrong word.
what
It's
did you
more
say?
Just challenges.
Challenging?
Just like a huge challenge.
I think the
you have when
challenge,
you have one so early.
I mean, you can read all the books, you can do everything perfect, and you can have,
Yeah, but
your
what
career.
if you can't read?
Can I finish my answer?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
You can have the career and all that. It's still going to be a life-changing event. Like, it's not just because I think when, I was 19 and I had her, I didn't know anything else. So I didn't know, like, what it was like to go to college and have this friend group to go with. And I really didn't know I was missing out on anything. but I really didn't miss out on anything. Like at the same time when they were younger, and I was fortunate to stay home with them while they were little.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, it really wasn't hard for me. I think it was hard for me when I hit going to school and graduating and stuff like that. I was like emotionally all over the place, plus trying to figure out how I was gonna. What are we looking for?
Sorry. I was looking for my phone. I don't know where my phone is, and I need it for the podcast.
It's right.
It's gone. It's vanished. No, don't stop.
Why do you need it?
They weren't supposed to know that I was looking for anything, just for the record. And I know it's.
Well, I
distracting.
can't
I
talk
know,
to a
I-
wall
I'm-
like you can. I'm sorry.
I wasn't talking. No, you weren't talking to a wall. I heard you. I was listening to you, but there's something I need. I think Casey got me to shoot a TikTok earlier, and I think Johnny, don't worry about it. I got it. Don't worry about it. You asked me to do TikTok. I think I left it out there, but I need it for the. There's certain things on
Then
the
go
phone
get
that.
it.
No. Now you're mad at me. Don't be mad at me. I was listening to you the whole time.
You're supposed to be a man. Okay, go get up and get your phone.
I'm
Like,
supposed to be a what? I can't even imagine going to school as young as we were and trying to parent our first child. So, like, was that the moment where I guess like trying to balance everything? Was that it? Just keeping a balance in life because you were with her so often, and then trying to get back to school. Was that like the biggest challenge?
No, that wasn't really challenging. I had been pregnant before, so I had, I was pregnant with Rose. I was about 6 months when I started school, and then had her while I was in school. I think afterwards it was pretty easy too. I graduated, went and took the test.
Yeah.
I think it was just mainly I focused all my attention on them, and then, did my stuff with my friends here and there that I made from school, but I was really avoiding myself.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't really think much about it. I didn't really believe a lot in myself.
If you could, I only know this because I do have quite a few reach out. If you could give maybe advice or maybe tips that you learned as a super young mother. I mean, we were young trying to figure it all out kind of on the fly. Maybe there's young mothers out there who maybe are expecting or maybe have a 3-month-old, a 6-month-old. What would you say to the mother out there that maybe they're struggling with that? They're struggling with, maybe not having somebody at home with them. Maybe the father of the child's either not in the home or working a lot. Like, you know how that feels more than anyone. What's that like?
Your kids are only little once, so nothing else matters. You try to do the best with your life and make the best of what you get, and the kid doesn't know that, when they get older they'll see people what they have in school. Yeah. It'll be different, but they'll see how hard you work. Just work on the relationship with your child, not what everything you have, and just keep going. Don't, have time for yourself to feel your feelings, but just keep going, and you'll see stuff progress and change over time. Don't rush change or depend on somebody that's not safe or consistent just because you feel like you can't. It's, you're not an option for all the support. You can support yourself. And
I think that's great advice. I think that's something that even I struggle with all the time, even now with my oldest daughter, and she's always focused on what everyone else has, and it's like, man, you really have a lot, and I used to feel really bad about what I didn't provide or what I didn't give. Certainly when she was a newborn, like
you did that all.
I think I still carry that
all
pretty
the
strong
time.
though. I mean, I still carry that with me.
But that's
but
what
now
you
I've
felt
kind of, yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
as a kid. That's not what she feels like.
Oh, I think that's certainly
So
something I
as
think
soon
about
as
often.
she asks or something, you're like, oh my God, I have to get it. Or, oh my God, this.
Yeah, but have
and
you
it's
seen
like,
her? Have you seen her beautiful puppy eyes? How could you say no?
No.
Oh, that like that?
Yeah.
That easy?
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell you, 2 daughters is tough to say no to, man. Tough.
I mean, they get what they need, and they usually get what they want in time. But
Reasonable, like,
demanding something
my
and
daughter's
expecting
asking,
it within
yeah.
a week, it's just never going to happen with me.
Yeah.
I like realistic. You know,
A
I'm not.
realist.
Yeah, I'm not.
Well, let me tell you this. My daughter, love them. Either one of them. I love them with all my heart. And I'll give them anything they need, right? I mean, you would agree that I generally get them what they ask for, right?
Yeah.
My daughter will never have an iPhone newer than my iPhone. Won't happen. You know, and they both want brand new iPhones. I'm like, well, hang on, that's 2 levels above mine, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. You thought that
Yeah.
was really funny, didn't you?
I mean, I get it from her too. You know, she wants this and she wants that, and I'm like, I'm sorry, like,
Yeah.
it's just not happening. I don't see you as 17 or 18. You know, like I still see you. I know you're 12, but I still see you as like you're 8. So it's just not happening.
Well, I think you nailed it. Like, I agree with everything you said, but I really do. I think the best advice is if you're present in your child's life, no matter the situation, if you're present and you're there every
matter what.
night, if you're there,
Yeah.
if you're in their life, if
Quality
if they're
time.
yeah, exactly. Then you're doing great.
Yeah.
You know, then keep up the good work, because it really doesn't matter if they have everything their friends have.
No.
As somebody who never really had everything my friends had, like, I cherished everything I had. Everything. I mean, it didn't matter. You know, when I was a senior in high school, I got my first car. It was a 1994 Dodge Caravan, old blue. And I'm telling you, I love this car. I just cherished having it, and I cherished that I was able to have it, and everything my mom did for me. She was a single mom raising 2 kids all on her own. To me, I think if you're a parent, single or maybe, you know, you're both young, you know, it's really not even a young thing, but I think when you're young, you just, like, that's a lot of
No,
life
because
happening all at once.
I mean,
you know?
I see parents that are having kids now,
Yeah.
and I'm like
I told Brad.
I'm doing bad. They're giving them their iPad like all the time, and like they're just wanting to watch LSU game and just, you know, here, go play. You can
Well,
just see
let me
that, and
tell
it's
you,
like,
you
it
and I,
honestly, I'm finishing. It makes it worse. I think, knowing also what you could be missing out on with this group of friends, and then having, you know, having the kids later. But like, I see that all the time, and I'm like, oh, like, I'm so glad that I was kind of like hidden off, because I have this relationship with my daughters that wouldn't be there if I didn't spend the quality time and just be there and talk. Thank you for letting me finish. You can continue. Go.
are you done?
Yeah.
You just take a lot of pauses, you know, so that I just naturally, I think
It's
I'm jumping
breath.
in right there.
It's
you know?
breath.
Yeah.
I know you don't do that, but it's breath.
I do that. I was agreeing with everything you said, you know, I don't want you to ever think I'm trying to intentionally interrupt you. Sometimes I think you're done and you're not. And I think now's a good time to use our ad button, because I'm getting mad and so are you. Man, the X's are heated already. Or maybe they're not. I'm not sure. Why am I talking already? Well, that's simple. Because we partnered with Arbuckle and Burgess, attorneys at law, and let's face it, you argue. Sometimes you argue, though, hits a certain point where it's a little past an argument, and you might have to take things to the next level. If that's you, call my friends Arbuckle and Burgess, attorney at law. They are presenting this episode of the Exes podcast. Woo! What a hey!
My back is
I'm talking
killing
now.
me.
I'm talking now. I don't know if you heard me start talking and then you started talking. Weird interruptions. It was a perfectly good time to ad button, because I needed those fireballs. And prior to the ad button being pressed, by the way, thank you to Arbuckle and Burgess. I was agreeing with everything you said. I think for me, 2 things. I'm gonna try my best to get through both of those without getting interrupted. You're drinking a fireball, by the way. Put the camera on her. She's drinking one. She's drinking one. She tried to sneak that one in. She tried, but I noticed.
Nothing escapes the toe.
Oh my gosh.
If he still had his gorilla mask on, he would have been 30 seconds late to that. I have 2 things to say. Agreed 100% with everything you said. I think I've struggled with that. I'm sure if we're all being totally genuinely honest, I bet you've struggled with that, at least at times. when our kids were younger, I know I did, where it's like all my friends are together. I want to be with my friends. I want to hang out. I want to do this. I want to do that. And what I've learned now that I'm a little bit older is that your friends are still there. You know, like your friends, you will always have your friends. If they're friends, you'll always have them. You only have that moment in time with your little one when they are that age, when they are that time. And then all of a sudden, they're as tall as you and they don't want anything to do with you because you're not cool anymore.
There's what issue?
They're as tall as you. I mean, my oldest daughter is as tall as I am. Our oldest daughter is eye to eye.
Height.
Yeah, hi. What did you think I said?
You said tall.
They're as tall as you, yes.
Oh, tall as you. I thought there's this tall issue. I thought that's what you were saying. Can you talk so fast?
Hey, Cho, if you don't mind, let's make sure the Fireball fridge gets locked for all future episodes. If you don't mind.
Oh my God.
Well, let me tell you this.
Please cut out the snort.
Let me tell you this. That you did snort just now.
I have a problem doing that. That's why
In
I'm
fact,
single.
since I have to edit this podcast anyways, I'm gonna isolate that snort and I'm gonna play it again right now. Fine.
You're so annoying.
Now I'm gonna play it again with an echo. Fine. Play it again, but it sounds like she's on helium.
Stop.
It's so it's so true because well, like what you said really is I think to me what I like.
I think to me.
And now the snort again, but it sounds like she's in a cathedral.
Stop. Okay.
I have like 50 more effects to go.
I
to.
literally did not want to come today, but you always have this. You can make me like laugh, cry.
Why
no
did you not
what.
want to come today?
Because you get on my nerves.
I get on your nerves.
Yeah, bad.
How could I ever?
Honestly, I think a lot of stuff gets on my nerves, and like I can take it out on you. So that's probably it.
Wow, I think that's what. Camera on her, real quick. Do it. Busted. We're gonna bust you every time.
It's
Me and Phil are
Halloween.
working. It is Halloween, by the way. Happy Halloween, everyone. Casey is dressed up as Quentin Tarantino, correct? I asked you earlier what your costume was, and you didn't tell me.
I actually forgot her name.
Uma Thurman.
No.
Is it? Is it Uma Thurman?
Yeah, but it's not the character's name. What's the character's
Let's
name?
go. I knew it. I called it.
I can't think of the character's name.
The character is time for the Exes mailbag. That's the name of the character. Every episode, we're going to dip into the Exes mailbag. There are many ways to get your questions in for the Exes. Casey and I, all questions, by the way, and this might come back to bite us in the ass. All questions submitted by the time we shoot will be read on the podcast. A little bit dangerous, but go on.
No, I looked at mine and I got a bunch of funny ones, but
Okay.
they're nothing relationship related.
If you had to put a number on it, how many? Just so I can time it out. How many responses did you get?
Well, I mean,
Well, if you got 15, then we'd have to go really fast. That's all there is
no,
on those.
no, you go. I'm not doing those
No, we're
questions.
totally doing those. That's the rule. I just said it on there.
No,
if
those
you
aren't-
submit it, we read it. No, we're reading
Those
it.
are
If you
not.
submitted, we're reading it. If you submitted it, we're reading
Those
it.
are not
let
related
me
to
guess.
the podcast.
Oh, I know what happened. She put it on her personal page, and 900 guys are hitting on her. That's exactly what's happened now. That's got to feel good. Do you want to know the one I got? I only got one on my personal page. You want to know what it said? I'll read it right now.
Yeah, go ahead.
Here we go. Mailbag every week. Submit it our Instagrams, or you can submit it to the Exes Instagram. Hey, 318. How you doing? My only personal, the only question I got asked in my personal. You know, it's funny if you press that real close to the microphone, it really works. It sounds real good. Here's Casey snorting, but it sounds like Hermit the Frog. Okay. The only question I got on my personal page, Casey, what does Jay smell like on most days?
I'm dead. Still cigarettes. Maybe Corals. No, not Corals, like Corona. And a lot of Sauvage.
Mom, I don't smoke. Obviously, I don't know what she's talking about. I've never smoked a cigarette. Sauvage for sure. And
Savage sells cigarettes and sometimes Corona.
And the club used to hate that I'd smell like the club. Used to hate that.
The club smells like stale cigarettes.
Well, when I would come home and she'd be in bed, and I'd get home at what 7 in the morning.
Yeah.
You hated that because your body just.
Why
smells like
wouldn't you shower?
Because I've been working for. Oh my God! Oh, I'm leaving. I'm leaving. I gotta leave. Look at my belt buckle.
It says J.
It's got a J on it. Look at that. Anyways,
Wow. Just kidding. That's what it stands for, huh?
What does that mean?
I don't know. I just said it.
Just kidding.
Oh, the J stands for just kidding.
Terrible joke.
My name is Jay. It's nice to meet you. How you doing? I'm Jay. That's my name. It's good to meet you. You gonna shake my hand? Listen.
Cooties.
He said, "Why did I shower?" No. Don't because you really fucked up when you said that, and now you don't want me to go where I'm about to go.
Wait, what?
You said, "Why don't you just shower? You smell like the club." You should. I can't do that. Hey, why don't you shower? What do you mean? I just worked for 24 hours straight. Like I'm fucking going to sleep. Right? Toe, am I wrong?
You are not wrong. The toe would be passing the hell out.
I'm sorry. I like showering sounds good and all, but I went to work 24 hours ago and I haven't gone to sleep. Why hadn't I gone to sleep, Toe? Let's figure this one out together.
You were working.
Oh, why was I working, Toe?
Making money for those pinky toes.
I'd never worked 24 hours straight because I wanted to. It's hard to shower when you've been up for that long.
Well, you could choose to do another job.
But I have no marketable talent.
Bazinga!
No, but I have no skills that would be. Do not bazinga me on this podcast. Before I read the questions submitted to the Exes official page. By the way, we're on Instagram at Exes Experiment. I just realized it looks like Ex-periment. It's kind of throwing my brain for a loop. Exes Experiment, and you can submit mailbox questions each week there. You have to read at least 5 of yours now, right now.
They're from that one person, and it has nothing to do
You
with
have to read
relationship.
at least 5.
Okay.
At least 5. You have to read them. That's the rules.
All right. This is funny. Okay.
Why don't you take a shower? She had the nerve to say that to me. Getting home at 7 in the morning. Hey, listen, every hot girl in the city just tried to bone me, right? I had to hit them all off with sticks all night. That's what it looks like. That's what it looked like with me in the club in Phoenix. Johnny, that was 50 pounds ago. Oh, God. That was a hot-ass piece of meat. No, I gotta get home to a girl that hates the way I smell.
What kind of Eggo waffles are the best?
Block them. Whoever submitted
I
that.
told you.
Eggo waffles, chocolate chip.
I like home style.
Okay, agree to disagree.
What kind of bluebell is the best?
Okay, whoever this is the worst human ever.
Chocolate.
What? Chocolate chip cookie dough?
I like chocolate.
But listen, Casey, it comes with actual pieces of
I
cookie dough.
like chocolate.
Yeah, but that's just artificial chocolate.
I like chocolate ice cream.
No, hear me out. The cookie dough Bluebell comes with actual chunks.
You do cookie dough, baby. I'm gonna do chocolate. Okay.
Oh, trust me, you've done a lot of chocolate.
Have you ever not put your shopping cart up in the designated area in the lot?
Say that again.
Have you ever not put your shopping cart up in the designated area in the lot? I'm
I
pretty
do.
sure.
I do feel guilty when I do
I
that.
usually do this every time, but I'm pretty sure there's been a couple times when I had little kids that I didn't do that.
I do it occasionally, but I feel guilty about it, and I'm also worried that some guy on social media is going to pop up with his phone, the cart narc on social media. Have you ever seen him? And that's all he does. He goes to like places like that and he waits for somebody that is obviously having a long day. Obviously, they're having a rough day and they can't turn in their cart. So they just put their cart next to their car. Like everyone gets a free pass in my world because things happen. And this guy pulls up and puts them on TikTok and he's the cart narc. And he puts bumper stickers on their car and he talks shit to them. It's horrible. I hate it. Put the camera on her. She's doing makeup right now in the middle of a podcast.
You are so annoying.
So, back to the mailbag. 2 more. This is I don't know. I'm saving that one. This one will be great though. Watch her. Hey, Toe. I'm gonna get halfway through this question. For the second half, I'm gonna hold my finger up when I'm halfway through. Put the camera on her because I gotta get her immediate reaction on this one. Great. Hey, thank you. By the way, I'm not gonna say their name because I don't know if people want their names read. Great mailbag question. Is there ever a world?
No. No. Give it up. No.
Well, you don't know what the next part of the question is.
I can guess it. You want me to guess it? This will be fun.
Yes. And by the way, before she guesses it, understand that I get this question every other day.
Will you
on.
and Casey get back together?
Is there ever a world where y'all would rekindle because the chemistry? Chef's kiss.
Baby, this ain't chemistry.
Let me tell you this. No, it is chemistry, but it's a different kind of chemistry. They don't teach this chemistry in school.
We have been made and forced to communicate and be
Forced.
Yeah, this is forced.
This podcast is not forced. I'm not.
No,
forcing
I'm
you.
saying that.
Oh, because you just said it like I'm forcing you.
No,
to be.
but in a way, we grew up together when we were younger. But no, this is forced. I mean, we do have to communicate because we have kids.
Yeah, but
So over time and over so much, it's kind of just like family. But no, I have some stuff that you've done that I couldn't get past.
Yeah.
And same.
No,
And
I
so
want you to
same.
actually say it. Don't just say same.
Sa-
Obviously, I
I
have
did-
things that I could never get over.
That's
in
what
a
I'm
million
saying.
years.
I just
Yeah.
said same. Like for you.
It would take me 17 billion lifetimes to forget about.
You have
the
to like
dark times.
exaggerate it and make it like a movie.
You're
and
right.
show-
You're right. Maybe 10 billion lifetimes. Maybe it's not 17.
Like I care.
I don't think you do. I don't think you ever have. Do you guys realize you two are exactly alike?
That's not true. They don't know us. That person does not know us. Can I see the profile at least and I won't say anything?
It's the bottom one. Wait, it might have changed. I think my leather glove hit it. Please don't look at my DMs.
Well, I don't know where it is.
It's a dangerous. It's a cesspool. Please do not look.
No, I've never seen this guy in my life. I don't even know who it is.
Well, yeah, but he obviously. What do you mean, Casey? Do you think only people we know watch this podcast? This guy has watched podcasts, obviously, and he sees the way we communicate, and he thinks that we're exactly alike. And I think that we should respectfully answer his question.
What was it again? Oh yeah, that
Do
we
y'all
are
realize
alike.
you're exactly alike?
No, we're not. We're not.
I think we're alike in some ways.
No,
We are.
Like I said, you helped me with my personality when I was young.
I can
You
prove
did.
this guy right
And you
now.
made me be more open and like
Mhm.
connected with some sort of humor, I guess
Yeah.
you would say.
Big
like-
humor guy.
It's so disrespectful when I'm trying to be serious. It really is because you just discredit
You're
everything.
right. I'm not-
But like,
I'm so sorry. I'm not doing it to be disrespectful, and that's the first time you've worded it like that. And now I really do
Okay.
feel bad about it. I'm sorry.
well, it's just like I get me discrediting you when you're attacking me, but I don't get when
When
I'm
I'm
trying.
attacking you, when
No,
do I
when you're
attack
going
you?
at me, don't say attack. Okay, use a different word.
Well, you use the
Sensitive
word.
Sally.
You
Oh my
use the
god.
word.
Like I'm just saying, like when you're coming at me, yeah, I can discredit you, but I'm not coming at you now. I'm trying to explain a thing.
Don't make me hit this ad button that's going to immediately pop up Arbuckle and Burgess Attorneys at Law. I will hit the damn button.
It's always like it's theatrical, and it's exhausting. Like we are not alike.
Mm-hmm. Go
I
on.
think that we have similar things because we lived together for so long, but no, we're not the same.
Counterpoint. Oh, Toe. Hey, Toe.
Is the toe allowed to ask a question?
Yeah,
No.
yeah. Let's do it.
No. Yes, the toe can do. The
Hot.
toe does whatever the toe wants. By the way.
The toe would just like to know, and this is a genuine question. Jay's a radio DJ host. Did you not expect him to be a little animated in his personality? And that's nothing a shot against you,
No,
just
I
a
don't-
genuine question.
I
Question, Tip.
don't think it is.
I think she fell in love. I think she liked that. Oh, and now she's mad at me for answering the question. The question was not directed to you, by the way. It was directed to the exes. I think I knew initially that she loved me because I was on the radio, and she had characters that she would force me to play at the house that she wanted to hear in that moment, and she wanted to
That's
hear
true.
from the Roundtree guy, or
Yeah.
she had versions of me that she really wanted me to just. And I think she liked that I could immediately turn it on, but I can imagine after years of that does get old.
I don't think it got old. I think when we first got together, it was different. I think, and you're gonna get mad.
Oh, I'm mad right now. Just
He's
thinking
gonna
about
get
it.
mad for me saying this, but at a certain point, it became for not only me, and that's what today is. It's not only for me. It's not something special. And when it became not as special because I just saw it as we got older. It's for the town. It's for a show, and it wasn't really like me and the kids' little thing. That's where it differed for me. Like, I mean, it just
Yeah.
wasn't as exclusive or special anymore. So, yeah, it got really annoying the longer it went on and the bigger
Yeah.
it got. Yeah.
Yeah. I disagree to an extent, but I respect your opinion. Obviously, I'm not saying that you're wrong because that's how you felt.
hmm
But but you also were not just for me. Right?
What do you
Like that
mean?
matters as well. Like I am somebody else when I'm out and about, but like you were somebody else for other dudes.
Dudes?
At least one.
I mean, okay, so what yours happened before
Yeah. No, totally.
before that.
But-
so we can bring up that again
No, I
and
don't
we
wanna
can
bring it
go
up
through
again,
that
but I'm saying
again.
It's funny that you say that. My personality that I exhibited outside of our relationship, but I kind of have to. It's kind of who I am, and I was never. I think I'm not saying I'm a great radio DJ, and you know this. I'm never outright like I'm very humble in my abilities and what I've done in my career. But also, I think if I am good for any reason, I can tell you I'm good because I'm the same person when I'm here. When I'm on this mic, on this podcast, or when I'm doing the show, I'm the same guy I am if you see me at home. So I don't think I ever gave somebody else something that I only gave you.
Jay,
I
you
think,
did though.
really. Well, that's interesting.
I mean, it became to a point when you would walk in the house, you didn't stop working. It was work.
Yeah.
I didn't get another person at home, and you need to do that. You need to separate that. You need to separate work and your relationship with your wife. You just have to. I mean, maybe you're not getting it. You're saying you're the same person. Yes, that's correct. You were the same person. You grew into this person, and you couldn't separate the two of, this local radio DJ and being at home. You became very obsessive. I didn't have, I mean, think
Yeah.
about it. Did
No.
you paint with me? Did you do any
did
kind of
painting with a twist a few times.
No. That was way even before
Yeah.
this. We did it once, by the way. And
It was a great
did
night.
you do, what hobby did I do with you?
We golfed.
Another one? I would
PUBG.
I would even go to the Mardi Gras things you announced.
Yeah.
PUBG, watch shows you want to
But
watch.
don't
You want to
think
watch
that's
Breaking
part of-
Bad?
but
No,
don't
no,
you
no, no,
think-
no, no. I'm still talking.
No. Now I talk. Now I talk here.
No, I watched Breaking Bad. Didn't want to watch that. I watched this. I watched Sunday football every Sunday and got
What
pizza
team
and
did
all
we
that
watch?
stuff.
What team did we watch?
Okay, let's go on another level. I'm talking about what I did for you. Now turn
Okay.
around
Okay.
and what did you do with me that I liked? What did you do
What
with
did
me?
you ever ask me to do with you that I didn't do?
What?
I'm asking.
Because I know you went bowling with your friends.
Yeah, I
You went
did.
to the movies.
Which
You went
is
and played
healthy.
poker, and you went and golfed.
Didn't go to the movies without you. Golf with you often.
You had Sunday night movie nights that I didn't go to with
Never-
your friends.
I don't recall.
Mm.
I don't recall.
Good answer.
You had things that you did without me.
Like what?
Go out with your friends too. What are
What?
we talking about?
Like go to dinner, go to a birthday?
Of course, same thing you're talking
I'm
about.
talking about hobbies, Jay.
Did
I'm
I
talking
t-
about
okay,
in a
okay,
relationship.
did I tell
did
you you
do
can't have hobbies
anything?
with your friends?
No, it's not that
So
I
don't-
wanted
no,
hobbies
no,
with
no,
my
no, no,
friends.
don't get
I
mad at me.
wanted
No, don't get mad at me because
in
you
your relationship, you do stuff that the other person likes. That's my point.
So I never did that.
What did you do?
Whatever you asked me to do, any day of the
You
month,
didn't have
day or
any
night.
interest in stuff that I genuinely liked as I grow older. You didn't take interest like, oh, you're painting or you're at hair school.
You're
Like,
painting, Casey? What are you talking about?
doing anything that I liked. You didn't ask if to do anything that I wanted to do or what do you want to do today?
Okay.
Like
so
it wasn't like
there's
that.
a lot of things to unpack here. Obviously,
There's not really a lot of stuff in that.
I am working a lot. That's something that slowly swept under
That's
the rug.
my
It
point.
was work from day to night,
So in your free time, you went and
Right.
hung out with your friends.
and you as well. Okay, so we just never we were together for how long, and we just never did anything ever.
What did we do?
We never did anything.
What did we do?
Everything.
What?
We went out to eat every week. We went out. You came to bowling as often as
With
you could.
your friends and
right?
sat there.
That we did long before I met you. So
Okay.
that's not a bad thing, right? There's other
I'm
people that
making
brought
a
their
point
girlfriends
here.
that have now
It's
been
it's
married
you're
for
not going to
years.
tell me it's
Those
wrong.
girls. Well,
Good for those girls. I don't want to do that. I'm not going to sit there. I'm not going to sit there.
But you're acting like I was this tyrant that said no. Whatever I want is what we do. I
You're
never
taking
did
it that way.
I am taking it like that.
I
because
didn't
that's how
say
you're
that.
framing
I'm
it.
saying no. I'm not.
You are. Did
I'm
I ever
saying
tell
it.
you we couldn't do something?
Did I say that?
I didn't want to.
I'm saying that you didn't.
Wow.
That's the point. You didn't have any interest in things that I liked, and that's the truth. And I'm sorry if you're not okay with it and you don't like it. Maybe you regret it. Maybe you
Okay,
took it
hang
for
on.
granted that you didn't focus a little bit of that time, even if it was once a month, on something that I want to do.
No,
I-
I'll tell this. I don't regret hanging out with my friends when I could at all because I think every guy needs a release valve. Every wife needs a release valve.
But we were
So
such
I don't
good
regret
friends and
that.
had such good chemistry
Yeah.
that I was like your best friend,
You
which
were-
I've been told before.
you were.
So there shouldn't have been any issue because I wasn't a nagging wife. I was
I
not.
understand there was an issue.
I'm saying you're
I
looking
didn't leave
for
you.
a release.
Who said there was an issue?
But you just said you were looking for a release.
Tom Brady needs a release from Gazelle, who the fuck ever. Everyone needs a
But
release.
I'm not her. I'm saying in our relationship, if we have such good friendship and
We
such
do.
good
The
connection,
best. Better than
What-
you'll ever have in your whole life, by the way. That's why, I mean,
get
if
to
we
the
really
point.
want to dive into it, we absolutely did. And if it
no,
wasn't
we don't,
genuine,
because this is what happens, and I don't like this. I don't like doing this. I don't enjoy this,
You don't
and
like
this is what
arguing?
happens. I do. I hate this.
I
with my
love it.
other, with my husband, I never want this to happen, ever.
So you think this is a Disney fairy tale? Well, you'll never argue with your husband.
No.
You'll never have spats or disagreements, and
It's not
you'll-
that
no,
we
I'm
won't
not done.
disagree.
So you can interrupt me. You'll never have moments where you have something that you got to fight fucking through to survive
No,
with your husband.
It's not that. It's that this is consistent. This has never changed. This has been going on for 12 years.
No, you just gave up on it. We had spats, and you
I
said,
don't
"I'm
want
done.
to do
I'm
it
not fighting
anymore.
through this." So
I
you
don't
think-
wanna do it
So you
anymore.
think with your husband, you'll never have
This
to
is
fight through
great.
something that you'll really hurt, that you'll really
Yeah,
have
I
to fight
do. I do.
for? Okay, so you won't
But
give
not
up on him.
Not for 12 years. I don't think
12
it's
years?
consistent.
You think it was like that for 12
bickering
years?
like this because you have such, like, you can see it in your body right now. It's so much tension.
There's definitely tension.
towards
Why
me.
would I not have?
I
Tension?
don't want to be treated like that.
Do
I wanna be treated
Whoa, So you're
calmly.
saying I treat you badly? Do you think I've treated you badly today during this podcast episode?
No, I do not.
But you just said you don't want to be treated like I'm treating you right now, so I'm treating you badly.
Treatment doesn't have to be bad. Treatment has to be, I have to feel like I have to be like a guy around you to go against you instead of knowing that I'm a woman and you talking to me differently or just being a little sensitive with how I feel or being like, okay, you're more emotional because
Yeah,
you're
but
a
you
woman.
think, you think because you're a man you can take anything, and if you're a woman you can't take.
No,
anything.
I don't.
And
I don't
disagree with
think
that.
you're because you're a man you can
do
take
think
anything.
That. You
I
think
think
if you're a
that
man,
if
you should stop bitching and just take it.
no, I
don't think
don't.
that's fair.
I'm not doing anything to attack you hardly.
Well, let's
hard
rewatch
on-
this one and let's see how who has been attacked and who hasn't. Let's rewatch it.
Okay.
You think that I say a man needs a release, that I'm saying that they're unhappy or they're best friends and they shouldn't
No.
need a release? That's
You're
bullshit.
not understand. You're not even
I don't
trying
think
to
you're
understand
understanding.
me.
I think we're miles apart right now. And that's shocking because a lot of times we can get close. But this is crazy because you're not even getting near me and I'm not getting near you on this. So I got to figure, I think we both have to figure out why that is. Because we are
On
way
what?
apart on this one.
On what? Because I said what? What's the initial thing?
Oh, God knows where this whole thing started.
Oh my God, he doesn't even
Who knows? No, of
doesn't
course.
know.
Oh, you don't think I know?
Because I said that you needed a release.
Well,
And it
No, it
wasn't-
already kind of started before that, and then it started amping up a little bit. It's like,
Because I said you didn't do any like stuff
yeah,
that I wanted
that's
to
where it
do.
started. Yes, that's so. You said I never did in years. How long? You said 12 years. We
Yeah.
were together for 12 years. Wish we were. We were not. You cut the cord long before 12.
Okay, so 7 or whatever. I'm
Longer than 7, obviously. 2 kids together.
The time we were together, I don't remember really doing anything that I liked. Like, I would go to
I
your
just don't
stuff.
remember a moment where you had an idea of something you liked that I said
Because
no.
I didn't say it to you.
But
Why would
didn't
I
you?
say it?
So why would you hold it against me that I didn't
Because
know?
you weren't going to do it.
How do you know that?
Because there was set, like, I knew when Sunday came around, there's just, it doesn't matter.
That we're watching Cowboys football on Sunday. Yes,
Mm-hmm.
obviously. Long-time fan, long before I met you, long before I met
So
anyone.
when you
So on
establish
Sundays,
those
yes, I'm
boundaries for
watching
yourself,
Cowboys.
and you're like,
No, you don't.
you establish those boundaries. You do early on. You establish those boundaries. You establish what you want to do. You work a lot. You're tired a lot. Well, then, yeah, I went with them, and that's a fact. That is just a fact.
Yeah.
I went with it, and maybe I should have spoke up and said, "Hey, I want to do something that I don't want to do," but
Yeah.
it wouldn't matter because you didn't have time for it. You didn't have time to do trick or treating. You were doing stuff at the club. So I mean, it doesn't really make
For my own good, because I wanted to do it. Because I wanted to.
Did I say that?
You did.
Why do I have to defend everything I say?
Well,
You
instead
were
of saying,
working.
no, I'll
You've
tell you
already
why.
said
No, I
that.
can
You
tell
were
you why right
working
now.
the
You don't
entire
realize you're doing it.
relationship
You don't
the
realize
whole
you're doing it.
time.
You don't realize you're doing it. If I worked in the oil field, you would say on Halloween night you couldn't go because you had to go to work. But because I worked in a club, you have to say you had to go to the club. Like I'm just fucking
I'm sorry.
going out
You had
'cause I
to go
wanna
to
have
work.
fun.
You had to go to work. I'm
That's
sorry. I
different,
apologize
Casey.
for that.
You don't have to apologize for it. Do you not realize that that's different?
You had to go to work.
I
Is that
did.
better?
Of course. I was going to a place to get paid money that I needed to
Yeah,
make.
you had to go to work. You were working all the time, and that's why we didn't work out. Is that better?
That is better.
Okay. I'm glad you're happy with that.
Well, that's what you've said time and
Let's
time
adjust how I feel to make you
again.
feel
I'm not
better.
making you adjust. Casey, we have two obviously polar opposite views of what happened. It's important that we both express those views. I'm not saying that you're right or I'm right, and you'll never agree with what I'm saying, and I'll probably never agree with what you're saying. Ever. That's why we're fucking exes. I mean, come on. Do you think any other exes could sit here and talk to each other for an hour straight and agree on everything? It would never happen. And if it did, no one would watch it. So don't get mad at me for disagreeing with you. You're like, don't get
How
mad
am
at
I
me.
getting mad at you right now?
Casey, you got mad at me a second ago because I asked you. You said that I never did anything you wanted to do, and I just cannot fathom.
I'm
a
not
world
mad
where
at you.
that
I was
didn't
simply
happen.
I literally don't.
Of course,
don't
you
have
don't
any-
care, right? No emotions.
No.
Don't care about nothing. I get it.
No, I'm saying I don't have any like. Okay.
Do you want to use the fucking
No,
ad
I
box?
really don't. Like, I don't care.
We got heated today. You asked me. To
We?
Yeah, we. Of course we did. Did we not? I think that you and I both. I guarantee you, I'm guilty of this as well. And I'll tell you what, this is probably the most humble thing you'll ever hear me say. I guarantee you that both of I. Hey. Both of us have repainted history to favor ourselves. I guarantee you we both done it. And it sucks, but I think
I don't do that. I don't agree with that.
Oh,
And I'm
you
not
don't
going to
agree with
say
that?
that. I'm not going to
Well,
sit here and say that I did.
Because I can prove that you have in a million different ways. But we're not going to do that. 'Cause if we argue, obviously you get mad at me.
Okay,
and
go
then-
ahead, do it.
No, I'm not going to do it. I don't want you mad at me. Like, that's the whole point of this. Like, we talk about expressing ourselves, and the only way this works is if it's genuine. You can't get mad at me if I genuinely express myself.
How?
Look at your face, Johnny Toe. Zoom in on her. You're
How-
mad at me now. That's so unfair.
You just repeating over and over again that I'm mad at you does not make me mad at you. Like, you realize that.
Yeah.
Maybe in your reality, you can form
My
that.
reality. Yeah,
But-
look at your face now and look at it 45 minutes ago.
Because I never was mad at you once. I was defending myself on how I felt. And you seem pretty upset about what I said.
I'm upset
But
about
now
a couple
I'm
things.
mad.
Yeah. Of course, I have. Why would I try to hide that I got mad during this episode? Of course I did. That's the whole point of this podcast. But you just sit there and it's like you're just so immediately done and you're just disconnected immediately. You're like, I'm out. Like I need some
Because I've tried to say the same thing over and over. Like it did. Okay, I don't know. I don't know what to say on this one. Like you can watch it back.
You can watch it back. Damn. Tell you want to break the ice here?
I feel like the toe started all of this, so I don't want to say a word.
Oh, the Rosie O'Donnell joke, huh? What's our timeline right now?
You're at 39, and the other one was about 20.
Yeah. I don't want us. I think it would be incredibly unhealthy for us to go at it like this and then leave and do it again the next week. I don't want you mad about my opinions. Listen, why do you make that face? Like, no one you ever meet will know you as well as I know you. And
that's not true because you have not known me for 6 years, Jay. That is what I said on the last one. I think you have a problem separating those two people. You understand I left when I was 25 years old.
Yeah, I do.
I'm 31.
I think I understand a lot more than you about when you left. I do. Now you think you're 31 and you
Also,
know the world. Like
no,
the whole world is figured out now.
It's not that.
It's
It's
I
that
knew
you
when I was
don't.
21.
Okay.
You're just figuring it out now. You're just catching up. But now I'm an asshole for saying that. Like, look at your face. It's unfair.
Yeah, because I'm sitting here trying. This is exactly what I'm talking about. Why would I say anything when I was with you?
Oh, why would you? I don't know. Maybe because you have kids.
Because
with the guy?
now that
Maybe 'cause
I'm
you have a
trying
family
to
with the
say
guy? Maybe I'd
something
speak up.
on what I feel
Mm-hmm.
from the time when I left you when I was 25 to how I feel when I'm now 31 and what I've learned on my own. You're insulting me by saying you knew it when you were 21 and I didn't know when I was 21. That's an insult.
Well, of course.
So then that's...
Well, no, it's like this holier than thou thing now. And it's like when I point out where we were at years ago, then you're like, well, we didn't know then. We were young. But I knew. It's
Okay.
What? I don't understand. Why? This is what this is. This is what we both signed up for. So you can't get mad at me.
I'm not, once again, mad at you.
I can tell that you are, and that's the problem. Because I still want to be friends with you until we do this again next week.
Okay.
All right. I guess that's the end of the episode then. I don't know what else to say. If you just... Yeah. You got nothing else? Perfect.